Okay, folks, this is an interesting one. I don't know if it's that interesting or boring, but it should come up a treat. I've had it sitting here for months, haven't used it yet. This user interface just fucked up on me. I just hate it when I lose control of it. Yeah, the photocopier industry likes to use legacy software, like the same software that's been used for more than a decade. And basically, occasionally they dolly it up instead of fucking giving you new features, which is so boring and stupid. And you can tell they're not talented. So Konica Minolta and all the other companies are fucked up. They choose really cheap and nasty labour. And this is what we're photocopying. We're mainly concentrating on that picture. But basically, they hire people who are not terribly smart to do the job because they're cheaper, saving money, cost cutting. And you just get the feeling they're like trained monkeys. Monkey as in not a racial slur or a homophobic slur, but monkey to describe their relatively low IQ compared with those people who gave us these features, the smart people, the nerds and geeks known as toner heads, as in photocopier nerds. And they're the ones that should be in control of the whole industry, not the fucking being kicked out of the industry and expected to accept that. It's just wrong. I'm going to move it across a little bit. So you don't get anything new, you don't get anything except cosmetic changes. Yes, they do pull away some of the features in an attempt to make the equipment more user-friendly or appear to be more user-friendly. And it's just such crap, like we need the features, but we need a special way of using the features. We need the artificial intelligence to be employed in photocopier design. Now that's come up looking quite nice. So we need artificial intelligence in the photocopier to help control the features instead of just taking the features out. But these fucking idiots in the power of the industry don't know how to do that. They're not smart enough. They're not creative enough. And I give them the fucking middle finger, you fucking idiots in the photocopier industry. You can all fuck yourselves, you sluts. You can't make a good copier system. Go fuck yourself. And the man behind this company, Shai Yamana, fuck you, monkey brain. Your name rhymes with banana. Shai Yamana is a banana. Fuckwits. No, I'm sick of it, folks. I'm sick of the way these photocopiers, you don't get any new features and they're still not user-friendly. And this user interface that dumb Konica Minolta have created, fuck them. They try to imitate a phone functionality, but they don't create a full functionality of a phone. They don't know how to. Stupid twats. In stupid industry, stupid people, monkeys, scratch your armpits and eat bananas all day. You get paid fucking bananas because you're only worth fucking bananas, you sluts. Sorry, folks. I really get sick of the industry. It's all about money fucking. It's all about money. That's all it is. Keep making more money out of shit. Doing as little as possible shit. Too much plastic. This photocopier is probably going to be obsolete soon. I won't be able to get spare parts or consumables guaranteed. So the dealer that I got this equipment from, it's not their fault. They have to revoke the service agreement if indeed the company, Konica Minolta, don't manufacture, should I say, more spare parts and can guarantee parts to the company. And if they can't guarantee parts to the company can't guarantee parts to the consumer, and the consumer has to fucking get a new photocopier. That's the end game, folks, to make more money by making these equipments unusable and Typically 5 years is when they cut off, when they expect people to turn over their equipment. Sorry, folks. I just get so angry, folks. I get so fucking frustrated with this whole industry. It really is a crap fucking industry. I'm trying to decide whether to use dot matrix for this. But it's a real shit industry. It's all about money. It's all about fucking money. And Shai Yamana of Konica Minolta fame, he's not talented and he likes to hire untalented people. I actually met a toner head who worked for both Canon and Xerox back in the early 90s and I think till the late 90s, and he got made redundant and he ended up in that time running a fucking chicken shop instead of working on copier design. That was the dot matrix. It looks quite nice, but it looks a bit yuck. It looks a bit brownish. So I'm just going to go back to what we have here. So you don't get new features and you don't get enhanced ease of use or functionality. And it's just the same old features and the same old shit. And I just get so angry. It used to be in the 90s you could at least expect a totally new, and that looks brilliant. That's a lot nicer than that. You could expect a whole new copier system, different ones. Everything was different and everything was new. Oh, sure, sometimes I think they started making replica machines of the same hardware type and back in the early 90s, but basically we don't really want to change the hardware, we want to change the software so that the hardware can remain in service for a lot longer than what it currently is. So we've got to make the hardware stay in service because our planet is depending on it. We can't keep disposing of things, ending up with e-waste and chemical waste and plastic waste, especially in our third world countries where they are usually dumped. And we need to change the way things are done. And it's a lot better on the planet if we don't manufacture, we don't have to heat up, we don't have to smelt metals or melt glass or use, if we keep the hardware the same and just change the software, we could potentially save the planet heaps. And we might end up saving the planet because our planet looks like it's going to be dead within less than a decade, and people still get on as if there's indefinite period where this planet can sustain our foolish behaviours. So we have to fucking keep the hardware in operation, and that'll really save on energy costs, not just costs, energy as in CO2 emissions and using up too many resources like natural gas. So we've got to fucking conserve and we've got to look after our planet, and it's just not happening under this current regime. And these companies, all of the companies are affected like this. I haven't seen a single company that I see any machinery that's any good. It's all shit. It even looks ugly. The plasticiness and the flimsiness just really looks ugly, as well as is ugly, as in ugly to the planet, deadly. So yeah, and that's my 2 cents for the day, and this has come up looking quite a treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.